Shalom, shalom.
Hello. Hey. Yo. All right.
Shalom. Some technical difficulties. But first and foremost, we want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash.
Double honors unto the apostles and elders of the great millstone who rule well. Salutations to you, sincere, hopeful elect Akim, pushing the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai in spirit and in truth. All right, coming back with another lesson through the spirit of the Lord. And we pretty much want to hop into Isaiah, the 14th chapter, dealing with the doom of Babylon. All right, now, 2026 started off with a bang, in which you have the president. All right, somebody grab Isaiah 19, the cruel Lord. All right, in which you had the cruel Lord, 19:4. The cruel Lord, Vidi Vivos, as Apostle Tar would say, Donald Trump, all right, the revived, reincarnated, Nero reincarnated, you had him drop, bombs on Venezuela, apprehend Venezuela's president, all right, Nicolas Maduro, all right, now they got him locked up in jail,
Right.
on all kind of felonious, or not, I wouldn't say felonious, trumped up charges, so to say. But yeah, the 2026 started off with a bang, okay? And the actions that Trump is taking is going to further alienate America from the rest of the world. You know that article you sent out earlier?
Mm-hmm.
These nations, they had a emergency security meeting.
Yeah.
All right, United Nations, I believe, emergency security meeting. So who's the topic of this conversation or topic of discussion in that emergency meeting? All right, it's America. Okay, you got a crackpot sitting in the position of commander in chief, doing whatever the hell he wants to, going to war, waging war without going to Congress, all right, amongst other things, and that's showing these nations that America is out for its own benefit,
Right.
So that's gonna further push these nations to ultimately fulfilling the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and aiding in the destruction of this place.
Yep.
Okay, so.
Hey, this is the biggest coup d'etat that that people don't even realize is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Basically, the tiny talkers are just saying, "Fuck whatever constitution y'all have. Fuck what laws y'all got.
Right.
We using this nigga. He'll do whatever we say. So we using this nigga to make moves."
Yeah.
And the rest of the world's like, "Oh shit."
Cause remember that one Tiny Talk told Trump, he's our first Jewish president, or something like that.
Yep. Shit, I had to look it up, but I went and saw the video where he was in Israel converting, right? Because 2 years earlier, his daughter converted, and then they showed him when he was over there, and it could have been something, that he was doing over there that wasn't converted, but that's what the video was talking about, was him being converted over there.
Hey, he puts on that little cap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He puts on that little cap, so he's fully invested with them, man.
Mm-hmm.
With the tiny toppers.
He could be a crypto small head anyways,
Right. All that money.
Right.
Most of the motherfuckers that got that much money is
Right.
Juiced in.
Yeah.
His whole circle is nothing but rats, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's been like that for his whole life. He's been surrounded by nothing but rats.
Yeah.
So it's not really surprising. But hey, in the American security, the national security strategy, he said it was going to be all about America, man. He said he didn't care about whatever alliances from the past, whatever countries was down with America. You know what I'm saying? They got to get down with the new tune, or else, you know what I'm saying, He said he was pretty much gonna move how he wanted to move, and regardless of what they got to say about it. So he's just showing himself to truly be that cruel Lord, like we're about to read in this script. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and just read it. Right, Isaiah chapter 19 verse 4 says, "And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Lord of hosts."
Yeah, so America is in the hands of a dictator. All right, he's not acting as a president. He's acting as an emperor.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And part of the national security strategy is nothing more than colonialism 2.0.
Yep.
You know. And it's a spinoff of the Monroe Doctrine. All right, so real quick, this is off of Google. I typed in, what is the Monroe Doctrine? Mm-hmm. It says the Monroe Doctrine is a U.S. foreign policy established in 1823 that opposes European colonialism in the Western Hemisphere, asserting that any intervention by foreign powers in the Americas, okay, would be viewed as a hostile act against the United States. Okay, so under Monroe, which was the president
right
here in the U.S.,
the devil,
right, he looked at his fellow Europeans as the enemy if you are coming over here to the Western Hemisphere trying to do anything.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? You come with it, and this is in 1823.
Yeah, we're fully established. Get the fuck out of our backyard.
Right. Yeah,
we don't need you anymore.
Yeah.
Now imagine if that role was reversed, right? Say a European country, or even Russia or China took that same stance to be like, hey, if America comes over here on our side of the hemisphere, then that's rule. You know what I'm saying? That give us license to take action. Yeah. Imagine if the roles was reversed, man. Babylon wouldn't just sit quietly with that.
You got people saying that China needs to move on Taiwan now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, take it.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of that information coming out.
Yeah.
Can I read this headline just real quick because it goes along with the topic that you was just saying. This is off of RT. This was a news article that was put up 6 hours ago on RT. It says Maduro's kidnapping by U.S. is modern day imperialism. Spokeswoman of South Africa's largest union. So the world's echoing that same sentiment, man. That this place just want to be an empire. It doesn't want to operate with the rules that the countries as a whole have come up with. Nah, it wants to move how it wants to move. Man. Right.
It's done with democracy. Something that they all agreed on in the Treaty of Rome.
Right.
To stick together because they were Roman brothers, and
right.
You're seeing that crumble, which is necessary for our salvation because, that prophecy has to be fulfilled of the 10 horns hating the whore, man. Mm-hmm. All of that has to go down, and this is a beautiful thing, especially with the Greenland thing, the
right.
takeover of Greenland.
Yep.
You had the Prime Minister of Denmark say, hey, man, stop with the fantasies. Like, you ain't finna come over here, we're part of NATO.
Right.
Well, okay, they're still operating by rules of war. America's done with that shit. And you're gonna see it. They gonna just do what the fuck they wanna do.
Hey, just real quick, article, this is a headline from yesterday, put up on RT. It says, Denmark tells Trump to stop Greenland threats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Continuing on with this, it says, it was established, it established the principle that the Western Hemisphere was off limits to further European colonization and interference. Key principles: non-colonization. The doctrine asserted that the American continents were no longer open to colonization by European powers. Non-interference. It warned European nations against interfering in the affairs of the Americas, stating that such actions would be viewed as hostile. U.S. neutrality. The United States pledged not to interfere in the internal affairs of existing European colonies. Historical context. The Monroe Doctrine emerged during a time when many Latin American countries were gaining independence from European powers. It was influenced by concerns over European monarchies attempting to reestablish control in the Americas. Evolution of and impact. Initially, the doctrine had little immediate effect due to the U.S.'s limited military power. Over time, it became a cornerstone of U.S. foreign policy, justifying intervention in Latin America, especially with the addition of the Roosevelt Corollary in 1904, which allowed the U.S. intervention to maintain stability. So pretty much, y'all, Europe, you have no business in this backyard messing with these Latin tribes, but we can.
Right.
You know.
What year was that again?
1904. As far as the Roosevelt Corollary, but
no, the
1823.
Oh, 1823. So about 30 years before the Civil War.
It says just finishing this up.
So is that only limited to Europe? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, is it only limited towards Europe?
Yeah.
Now, the interesting thing about that, what piques, you know what I'm saying, what sparks off in my mind is that Europe, by and large, the European countries are supposed to be allies of America. You know? You don't have too many European countries that's not considered a ally of America, man.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
well, shit, not no more.
but you know, for the bulk of history,
Yeah, until just recently.
you know what I'm saying, until very recently,
Yeah.
the majority of Europe, especially the powerhouses of Europe, the ones that was able to be colonizers in the first place, they was all on the same side as America, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that it's an interesting thing to be pulling out, like, you know.
Yeah, if you would have told any of us in 1991 that the European Union, the NATO, and America would be beefing with each other, you'd be like, yeah, right.
Right.
That's the strongest alliance in the world. You know, that's the new world order shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's all falling apart like the 10 toes.
Mm.
You know, part iron, part miry clay.
That's it.
You know what it kind of makes me think of, man? Back in the day, WWF, when Stone Cold come out and beat up Vince McMahon, it'd be like, how's that possible? You know what I'm saying? It's like Vince McMahon.
You work for this man.
Yeah, you ain't gonna fire this nigga. You like firing people. You ain't gonna fire this nigga. He just
Right.
come out and kick you in the midsection and drop a stunner on your ass, and you just gonna lay in the middle of the ring.
Oh shit.
And he come back out next week, like ain't no problems there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how the world theater makes me think of things, man.
Yeah.
You know. Go ahead, bro.
Brothers had precepts.
Oh, I was holding your Isaiah 14.
Yeah. We can.
I was looking through news articles over here.
No, it's all good. We can start at actually we can start at 1.
At the top. This is in the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, starting at verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel.
Yeah, that's all caps, so that's Yahweh. You know, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh.
Yep, that's the Strong's 3068 sitting right there. If you was to actually look into the word, it was the Strong's H3068, which is the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. All right, He is, He exists, He is to be. All right. For the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Right, so the strangers being Israelite foreigners. All right, this is not referring to actual heathen.
Right.
Okay, in the kingdom of heaven, you know, Apostle Tar just did a video earlier going into I forget the title, but going into Jake being brought under the bond of the covenant. All right,
Yeah.
so like in the wilderness, Jake is, you know, that don't get put to death is gonna have to get down with the program.
Yeah.
All right. Now, in the kingdom of heaven, you know, that's when Jake is gonna pretty much be Jake that don't get destroyed here in Babylon, that's survived World War III and is still alive. In that time, they're gonna have to get their minds right, man. All right, so that's them cleaving to Israel.
Just a quick brief.
Mm-hmm.
This is Baruch 5:5. Arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high, and look about towards the east, and behold, the children gathered from the west unto the east. It's like I can't hardly see this. Unto the east, by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the remembrance of the Most High, for they departed from the they departed. Let me read it here.
Just use your phone to shine the light from your phone.
I wish it was.
I think it's the print's too small.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wish it was just the light.
I think the print's too small for this, brother.
All right. Baruch 5:6. For they departed from thee on foot, and were led away of their enemies, but the Most High bringeth them unto thee exalted with glory as the children of the kingdom.
Yeah, so these heathens is going to be tasked with, bringing the Israelites that scattered all around back home.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something to look forward to. Okay.
Precept for you as well.
Mm-hmm.
This is Luke chapter 19, verse 27. But those mine enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me.
Yeah. So you got a lot of Israelites that's going to buck up against the men of the Lord in that day.
Yeah.
Going to have something to say. Going to, continue to want to worship whatever deities and idols and pagan gods that they are accustomed to worshiping.
Live life however they see fit.
And they're going to get sent back to the spirit realm. If they don't bow and confess that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is the living power, they're going back to the spirit realm, man.
You see a lot of the rebelliousness of the Israelites that's here in America.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
They're bucking up.
You see how they, and that's even amongst those that are aware that they're Israelites. You see a lot of the rebellion. So just imagine those ones that's been in there. They've been in their own little corner of the world. You know what I'm saying?
And Amazon running around
doing their thing.
Throwing fucking
And then
I was just about to
hey, the little
hitting monkeys.
Eating the monkeys, right?
Yeah.
Come on, Jake. Brother.
Good.
The
So,
monkey fucking fall out the tree after they get hit in the neck. And the nigga catch it.
Right.
Before he
Don't even cook
Like
it
a
or
dog.
nothing. Right.
Come on.
Hey, and then Jake gonna come out, you know what I'm saying, out of the chariots, talk about you gotta get down with it. Cause there's stern, we got a stern guidance right here, with the scriptures, man.
Mm-hmm.
You're not allowed to be involved with the scriptures and just do as you see fit, man. All right? There's rules to this thing. And Jake ain't gonna, man, we see how hard it is to try to get Jake to follow the rules here in Babylon the Great, man. So how much more these places that seem as if they got their own type of sovereignty.
Right.
They're gonna present themselves as enemies to the Lord, and they're gonna have to get put down, like just backing up what the brother's talking about. Continuing in Isaiah, you had something?
No.
Okay. Continuing in Isaiah, the 14th chapter, it says, this is verse 2. It says, "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors."
Yeah, grab that in Revelation. He that lives in captivity. All right, so those that actually have us in captivity today, are the Edomites. All right, in particular. All right, just how in ancient Egypt we were captive under the Hamites. All right, Montezarian. All right, the actual Egyptians. We were captivity under some Hamites, and the Heavenly Father had to intervene in order for us to be pretty much released, to be free, to be delivered up out of that captivity. And it's nothing different than today. We are under the captivity of the modern day Babylonian that does not want to release us and upon Yahweh's return, we're going to be found to still be captive under Esau. Okay? And the scriptures tell you that if you steal a man, you know, and he be found in your hand.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Let me grab that. So yep. Esau's gonna be guilty upon Yahweh's return, man.
Right. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into let me start at verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Hey, so the ones who the Bible teaches all about reaping what you sow, man. You know, the one that digs the pit, he's the one that's gonna fall into it. You know, and the Lord, this is a promise from the Heavenly Father. The ones that have led us into captivity, they're gonna be the ones that go into captivity, man. All right, the elders shall serve the younger is what the promise was. You know, so Esau, Edom has put the 12 tribes into captivity, man, with a very stern or hard hand. All right, I don't know exactly what the term I'm looking for with that. But very ferociously, he's put us into captivity, man. So he's gonna reap what he sows. He's gonna taste of that same cup. All right, and it said that it's gonna be double back onto him, man.
That's right.
All right, so the one that leadeth into captivity is the one that's gonna go into captivity. The one that killed with the sword, it says he must be killed with the sword, man. That's why his own technology, you know, the ultimate sword that he has is that ICBM missile, and that's what's gonna fall upon his head, man.
Yeah. Somebody grab Exodus 21 and 16. All right, because when like I said, when Yahweh returns, you're gonna be Esau is gonna have the children of Israel, you know, in his possession. You got Donald Trump, all right, claiming the resources of a whole nother continent belong to him.
Right.
You know, Greenland, Venezuela, all right, Venezuela in particular.
Yeah.
Oh, that's our oil. We want it back. Like, that's our, you know, they got a lot of gold there too in Venezuela.
Rare
you know?
minerals.
Yeah. You know, and the fact that he has the audacity to claim that those minerals and you know, those riches belong to him is pride. So not only would the what's the word? The resources of that country belong to him in his mind, his distorted mind, warped mind. You know, the people, and you got the people of Venezuela saying that they ain't gonna be slaves again.
Right. Right.
They already know what time it is. They're like, no, we ain't gonna. We're sovereign, and we's not gonna be slaves to nobody.
You ain't finna come here and colonize us.
Right. So hey man, things is gonna get real crazy. But the point being, when Yahweh returns, Esau is gonna be found guilty, being that the children of Israel still in his possession, man.
Yeah.
And we were stolen, man.
Yep.
You know.
And you got a lot of the international community that's speaking up, saying that it's wrong what America did, but who's actually going to be willing to put action behind it? Because they called the small hats out for what they did in Gaza. They called that out.
No action was taken,
but there was no action, right? Yeah. So it's that same. Who's actually willing to get froggy, man?
Who gonna sucker punch America?
Hey, who's actually gonna stand up to Debo?
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, a brother in the camp here said that. Something along those lines.
What? Who's
brother like Debo? Somebody.
Yeah. Somebody got to pick up that brick, man.
Oh yeah.
Somebody got to use that trash can. Somebody got to do it.
Hey, but that's why it's like it.
Go ahead.
That's why, according to prophecy, you know, Russia is gonna be the one that spearhead you know, the attack on Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I was thinking, you know, which I sent the voice message to you brothers Saturday night.
Yeah.
Like, with America's actions, what it did in Venezuela, you know, that they show you that they'll debo some shit, man.
Right.
You know, and dare you to do something.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take a collective effort on part of these nations to actually band together and put aside their differences just for the sake of beating up the bully.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like all of us have to participate in whooping this bully's ass, because if not, he gonna beat us all up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why the pretty much the Vladimir Putin, being a strategist that he is, a war strategist, you know, that's why that blessing of the sword being the ICBMs is going to be the neutralizer.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because America can't mess with that technology. You know, so that's the trump card that Putin and Russia has, that they're going to play, along with, according to Revelation 17, NATO and the EU, you know, for the most part, just unanimously coming to that decision of, fuck it.
Yeah.
Right.
We got to blow her up, man.
It's over.
Push the button.
It hurts, but it's over.
Yep.
U.S. strikes. Maduro met with a Chinese delegation hours before America's strike.
Mm.
So you know, there's a lot to what's going on down there.
Mm.
You know, as well as that jockeying for position.
Mm-hmm.
You had Maduro come out against the tiny toppers and say what he said. That beautiful link that you sent with him saying that he's of the bloodline of Israel, and those tiny toppers ain't. They gotta get his ass, man, because he's like, hey, man, I'm not gonna just back down, and America hates that, you know. And it's funny because the president of Honduras, that just got arrested, or released from prison by Trump's pardon, he was arrested on the same exact charges that Maduro's in.
But he was actually guilty of that shit.
Exactly.
Narco terrorism. Over like 300, 400 tons of drugs that he was planning on shipping to Babylon. Got arrested for that.
Yeah.
But you know, yeah. So.
But their allies can do whatever they want to, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, Zelensky. This dude's on all kind of corruption charges and stuff. They ain't about to just go and round him up and throw him in jail somewhere.
Yeah.
You know?
War crimes.
BB.
Yeah.
BB's ass, man.
He's on a most
BB's
wanted
ass,
poster
man.
right now.
Yeah,
That nigga's, he's, you know what I'm saying? He might as well be Hitler reincarnated.
Yeah.
Shit.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, because they paint Hitler up as the worst human to ever walk the earth.
Right.
BB done, that nigga done did way worse than you know what I'm talking about?
Hey, it's just like Nero, like when you go into the history of ancient Rome, the Roman Empire, when Nero got in office, when he became emperor, he was they was like, man, this dude is a bug out. All the shit he was doing was like, up until that point, it's like, this is the worst motherfucker Roman emperor there is. Like, and then sometime after him, Caligula came into power, and that was like, yo, this nigga's crazy.
That's the one
Trump,
who
I mean, not
married his
Trump.
horse, right?
I believe so.
Was that the one that married his horse?
Oh,
Yeah.
One of them niggas married their horse, man. You don't get more bugged out than that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, you don't get more bugged out than that, than being the ruler of the best country on the planet, you know, the strongest country on the planet, but you choose, rather than get with a woman, you're gonna marry your horse publicly. You know what I'm talking about? Like that, you don't get more bugged out than that, man. I got a precept for you too.
All right, real quick.
Yeah.
It says Caligula, also known as Gaius Caesar, was a Roman emperor who, and this is from Google, who reigned from AD 37 to 41. He is infamous for his erratic behavior, cruelty, and extravagant lifestyle, which ultimately led to his assassination. All right, so he was erratic. He was just a bug out, you know. Just them Edomites are just loud, just
Yep.
loud and fucking be yelling, just doing weird shit,
Yep.
Yep.
It says Caligula didn't marry his horse, but he showered his prize stallion named Incitatus with gold flake oats.
Hey, Esau be lying. They be trying to
Right.
Cover shit up.
Yeah. Real quick, it says let me see.
Hey, when I typed in which Roman Caesar married his horse, Caligula's name popped up. But again, it says that no, he didn't actually marry his horse.
He just used to give it gifts.
Yeah,
Nah,
shut it. Esau always want to come back and try to change shit up, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To try to cover up his tracks, man.
Man, I was just watching a brother's video talking about how AI is changing up brothers' videos.
Oh wow.
Changing the words of their videos and YouTube using AI to completely brothers I never said that. I'll send the video out.
Damn, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they actually he was talking about how they did a video. I think it's GMS All Precepts.
Mm-hmm.
He said they did a video on it a while back, and now it's happening.
Mm.
So all of the information is gonna be tainted. That's the famine of the word.
Esau's ass is guilty, man.
Guilty.
All right, because that really starts getting into changing and taking away things from the book, man. Because the words that we speak, it's not our own words. We're reading from the Bible. All right, so if you're changing up, if we're breaking something down from the Bible with the 100% truth doctrine breakdown, and Esau is going in there with his AI and changing up what brothers is saying, that means you're changing up the words that was right there within the Bible, man. All right, if you're changing the message, if we're telling you that the MOTB is the RFID microchip, and through AI you're changing that to say something else, then you're taking away from the scriptures, man. All right. You said you.
Yeah, just real quick. This is just some more facts on Caligula.
Caligula's weirdo ass.
It says reign as emperor. It says initially Caligula was welcomed as a breath of fresh air after Tiberius's oppressive rule.
Mm-hmm.
His early reign was marked by popularity. He ended treason trials and restored exiled individuals, public works. He initiated ambitious construction projects, including aqueducts and theaters. However, his behavior changed dramatically after a severe illness, leading to a reputation for cruelty and extravagance, tyranny. Caligula became known for his erratic behavior, including restoring treason trials and executing perceived rivals. Extravagance. He squandered the state treasury and demanded to be worshipped as a god. And that's kind of what Trump is on. Wanting to be a god, man. God incarnate, as they say. All right? So,
wanting to be praised.
yeah. If somebody
Yep,
can grab that.
I got that.
Grab that.
It's Exodus 21:16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
Yeah, so Esau stole us, all right, from the western hemisphere, from the west coast of Africa, and other places, and sold us. And then on top of that, we're still found in his hand, man.
Right.
Okay. You get pulled over. You got a damn ID card, a driver's license.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing more than slave documents.
Yeah. Papers.
Slave
Papers from master.
Papers.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Esau is guilty, man.
Because hey, be caught driving without those papers.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna take your ass away, man. Sit you in front of a judge because you didn't have the correct papers. Even though, you know what I'm saying, maybe you didn't even do nothing wrong. Maybe somebody else hit you or something. They're gonna drag your ass away if you ain't got the right papers, man.
Now, I seen something on, there was some county or city or something like that where the sheriffs were or the State Patrol, one of the two. It might have been out here in Washington, but they was, I think it was Washington, but they was getting on the state troopers because majority of the people they was pulling over was Israelites. You know what I'm saying? In comparison to them pulling over Edomites, majority of the people they pulled over was Israelites.
I remember when that was a hot topic.
I remember something about that not too long ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I remember something about that not too long ago.
You know, so you can be you got a license, you got insurance, you all that. You know what I'm saying? And just because they see you a Jake in a nice car, yeah, I'm gonna pull them over. I'm gonna look for something. I'm gonna fish for a reason to take this nigger to jail.
Damn.
Or whatever. You just fuck your life up. You know.
You know they be planting shit and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was
turning off their cameras.
Right. There was a video not too long ago that was circulating of Jake who happened to be recording, caught the cop throwing something in his bag. You threw that. You know what I'm saying? You just threw that in there. Yeah. You know. So it's almost one of those situations where you gotta record on live anytime you interacting with the police, man. You know, just to cover yourself, to keep them from being able to frame you on something.
Imagine how many Jakes don't got life sentences or years in prison for some crack.
That wasn't even.
They don't even smoke crack.
Right.
Ain't never smoked no crack.
They don't deal with it at all. You know what I'm saying?
Coke, crack,
right,
weed, whatever. Jake don't mess with it, but got a job, got a wife, got kids.
Right.
He going to the store to go get some milk or some shit, and that's the last time his family don't see him outside of prison uniform.
Right.
That's effed up, man.
Yeah.
But that's the devil. The devil we are in captivity under. That's how they operate.
Okay.
Sorry, you gonna say something?
Oh, there's a good movie on Netflix. I can't remember the name of it, but it stars Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Foxx. And Michael B. Jordan is a lawyer that decides to go down to in a small city in Alabama, and he starts trying to get people off of death row. And he ends up getting a couple of people off of death row.
Because it was innocent?
Because it was innocent. And it showed, I wish I could remember, I'm going to Google it, but the percentage of people that are innocent on death row is high.
It's crazy, man. Crazy. You know, look, once again,
Just mercy. Just mercy.
Just mercy.
Maduro, right? They're bringing him up on a president of a sovereign nation is had to check in with the DEA headquarters in New York.
Damn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they might throw the book at that dude and put him to death. So like if they can do that to a president of a country that's on a whole nother continent,
right?
You know, what are they doing to niggas they got on the plantation here in Babylon? Got on the plantation that don't got no army,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Don't got weapons. Like, man, so we need Yahushua, man.
Right.
Yep. We need Yahushua. We need deliverance.
You see how ICE is just able to snatch up whoever they see fit?
Yeah.
With no repercussions or nothing. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear about people just, ICE snatched up this person, but they their information was good, so they released them. You don't hear those type of stories, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You hear about how people was crying because they dad got snatched up, and you know what I'm saying? He didn't do nothing wrong.
I seen a video where it was in Louisiana, in New Orleans, I believe, and it was a Latin tribe family, but the kids, they were like teenagers or something like that. But they was like walking down the street, and they had to run into the yard, into the gate, because the fucking ICE was chasing them.
I've seen a lot of that.
And so the pops comes out like,
what the
fuck, man? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, they didn't cross that barrier to go into the yard, but it's like, damn, like, these is kids, not kids, you know, teenagers, whatever, minding their business or whatever, and y'all just about to, if the pops didn't come out, and if they didn't get into that yard in time, They would have fucking put him on a paddy wagon and you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
To get an understanding of that, throw a feather on them two teenagers, a Gadite feather on them two teenagers, and throw a colonial uniform on them ICE agents. They ain't doing nothing different than they've been doing for thousands of years, man.
Yeah.
Fucking colonizers.
Yeah.
Can I read this real quick? Just to.
It would be hundreds of years. Because Esau with the.
Yeah, it'd be hundreds.
It'd be hundreds of years.
Oh, yeah.
1492.
1492.
Right.
Yeah. What's that? 8? 14 to.
No, that's
600
about
years.
yeah.
So like 600 years. 4% of people on death row, 4 to 5% are completely innocent. And since 1970, hey, Shalom.
What brother is that?
It's the brother Kananya.
Yeah, Shalom.
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 And then only since 1976, 200 people have been freed from being on death row that were innocent.
From 1976.
And just from 76.
Only 200 though.
And that's 200. That's a lot of people from 76 to now that were sitting there almost ready to get fried up.
But you think about it, it's probably over 200 that's getting incarcerated every year in the first place.
Exactly.
Though, you know, so from 76 till now, only 200 being released.
Right.
There's more than that within a single year that's most likely being incarcerated unjustly, man.
Yeah.
You know?
They put to death unjustly.
Hey, another thing, because the brother was mentioning how they, Venezuela is its own sovereign country, and they went and snatched up and that's under the rules the laws of America. That's not under laws of Venezuela or
even international.
You know what I'm talking about? That's under America's law. So how do you, you know what I'm talking about? Like, hey, the rules of this house ain't the same as the rules of the neighbor's house. I can't go and just hem the neighbor up over, man, hey, it's past 9 o'clock and you making noise. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you use up all the hot water. You know what I'm saying? You can't eat. What the hell?
You using more energy than everybody. It's costing me money.
Right. You can't do that. You know, but Esau is doing what he wants to do, man.
Read that again, that Exodus.
Yep.
And then we can jump back into this Isaiah.
This is Exodus 21 and 16.
I got a precept too before we get back into Isaiah.
Exodus 21 and 16. And he that stealeth a man and stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
Yep. Esau Edom, all right. In particular, the Babylonian, all right, is going to be destroyed for pretty much having the jewels of Yahweh Shem Yahushua in their possession. Okay. Go ahead, Dom.
I might got some weaker ones. We'll see.
What?
Hey, real quick, this is Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power.
Yeah, so if you don't think you are in captivity, all right,
you're wrong.
You're insane. All right, you need help. Okay. And if you can't wrap your mind around you being a slave here in Babylon or the world in general, as an Israelite, you're gonna go back to the spirit world and your mind is gonna be made right by a nap.
Yeah.
All right. The Lord gonna put you to sleep, and you can go rest that weary mind that thinks you free in this world, man. Okay, you're in captivity. Okay, you're in captivity in any society on planet Earth currently.
Right. Regardless of where you call your zip code is, your ass is in captivity, man. I don't care if you got your own little island. Your ass is in captivity on that island, man. Yeah. All right, because Esau has control over the entirety of the earth, and he's showing that he makes the rules. He makes the rules and he breaks the rules. Your ass can't break the rules. You break the rules. Even if it's his rules, he's gonna come and grab you, man, in the middle of the night. Come snatch you and your wife up.
Yeah. They said the wife
Hurt her
might, some bruised rib or something like that, or her her face was like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
she
damn.
fucked up.
They said it would happen during the arrest. So,
Bro, just imagine that. You know what I'm saying? Your wife getting beat up. You can't do nothing because you hemmed up. They hard tied you, beat your wife up, threw both of y'all in the back of a, you know what I'm saying? Threw black bags over both of y'all, and snatched you out, and now you in a whole different fucking country. You know what I'm saying? On the other side of the world, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Because South America and North America they're opposite from each other, man. You know? You looking at different constellations now in the sky. You know what I'm
the
saying?
weather, it's summertime down there in
Right.
in
South America.
South America.
Yep. In the southern hemisphere of the earth.
Yeah, you come up here, you know, Nike tech suit,
Right.
Nike sweatsuit. You know what I'm saying? You see him
Them
here.
shits is sold out.
He had a Nike sweatsuit.
Hey, they sold out, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody started buying them once they see Maduro in it.
Damn.
For real? And that shit looked fly though.
Right.
I was like, that's Jake, man. You going to jail fly and shit.
My Jake neighbor be wearing them shits. I was like, God damn, well, man, you looking good.
That shit looks much better than the Adidas Jordan.
Track
combo.
suit.
Oh, yeah.
Crackhead on.
Oh my goodness.
Fetty Wap
Dude,
dude.
that nigga in Canada.
Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 9, it says, "For lo, I will raise up and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations."
And you see, hey man, the actions once again that these nations is going to be forced to take as a result of what America is doing is going to cause them to band together. That's why it says in Ezekiel 38 pertaining to Russia, hey, be a guard unto these nations.
Yep.
You know, Libya, Ethiopia, so on and so forth. Russia is going to pretty much have to be the umbrella, all right, the nuclear umbrella, so to say, to these other nations. You know, to get America off everybody's back.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, okay, yeah, you better come up under this umbrella if you don't want to get wet.
Right.
You know, because we about to fucking make it rain on Babylon the Great. You know?
They're gonna make it rain, make it cold,
Yep.
make it rain on them hoes. It says, "For lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence shall she be taken. Their arrows shall be as a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain."
Yeah, so those nuclear missiles is going to accomplish what, you know, the Heavenly Father has them set out to accomplish, which is ultimately to completely destroy America. All right, in 1 hour, those nuclear missiles from Russia, from NATO and the EU nations, okay, China, whatever nation has nuclear missiles that are able to actually reach continental U.S., they gonna do that. You know, whether that's by way of them shooting, you know, from continent to continent, or a nuclear submarine, or, you know, something of that nature. Somebody grab what's on the comment board.
This is also again from the brother Kananya. It says 2 Ezra chapter 15 verse 15. "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another people, and swords in their hands."
Yep, and that's you know that civil war, because there's gonna be civil war here in Babylon before you know, this place gets nuked by these other nations.
Right.
You know, that's why the scriptures say a kingdom divided against itself cannot stand.
Mm-hmm.
So you got America divided. On top of that, it's an enemy to every other nation.
Yep.
Okay, so this place is gonna implode, so to say, before it gets exploded. You know,
Yep.
the total fabric of America is gonna be shit. All right, to where it's like You see the state and condition of Babylon, like it's a civil war, everybody killing each other, there's famine. You know, just get rid of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just burn it, man.
Yep.
You know, that's gonna be the sentiment in the earth, man. Just fuck it. Like the shit that America is, it's gonna go on a crash course. All right, by way of Donald Trump. You know, if he's that man that's chosen to crash out.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Alvarez is the people, the nation's just gonna be like, man, fuck it.
You've heard it. You've heard it said by a couple of nations that they don't need America, man.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, that the world could be a better place without it.
Exactly, man.
You know,
And that's a true statement.
that's absolutely true.
We second that.
We wholeheartedly concur.
Yeah.
Right. Reading on in this second Ezra, it says, verse 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition amongst men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power."
Yeah. So you're gonna have certain little makeshift militia groups. You're gonna have grassroots organizations, even you know, little organizations funded by the government or what. It's just gonna be total confusion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, certain senators or congressmen or judges getting kidnapped, held for ransom, some V for Vendetta shit. You know what I'm saying? As a result of the Mossad showing that this place is getting ready to get flushed.
Right.
You know, so and we you know we excited, man.
This is beautiful times.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is beautiful times, and realistically, with the times that we're entering into, the more things actually start to fall apart, the more calm we're gonna be about it. You know what I'm saying? Because we understand what's going on. We are our power is about to come and deliver us, man. But he said, what would I if it be already kindled?
Yeah.
Man, I've just been meditating on that for the past minute. That's beautiful.
That's that same scripture.
Yeah.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit.
You know, because you think about it with that, also with America, you know, it's going to be already kindled before these other nations because of the Civil War, and then the War of Armageddon going to be kindled when Yahweh Shai come to, you know, burn this place up.
Yeah. It's ready for the taking too.
Oh man,
It is.
It's ready for the taking, man. Everybody's fed up. You know, you got the common people of America. Everybody's fed up, bro.
Right.
Me and this brother, cause I was talking earlier, man. Everybody's tapped. Everybody's pockets is hurt. Nobody is able to stretch the way they used to be able to stretch, man. You know what I'm saying? Things is just getting more and more expensive. You ain't making no money to be able to cover those extra expenses. Everybody's at that limit, man. You know, everybody's tired of seeing the same shit online, the same arguments. You know, everything being divided. Hey, this place is prime for the fucking picking.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to destruction, you know, and chaos.
Yep. So like,
No, go ahead, bro.
like the President Dallas said, the earth needs new management.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Absolutely.
Rightfully so.
Absolutely.
Yeah, with the so-called white man in power, nothing's ever gonna work out. It'll never be true justice. It'll never be equity and equality. It's always gonna be some demonic ass advantage that the so-called white man, the Edomite, is going, you know, leverage and dangle over everybody else, man.
Right.
You know, so they gotta go, man. Esau must be destroyed, man. All right. So we see why the Lord gonna fucking burn up Edomites after they serve captivity, because they're useless.
Right.
You know.
They were made for a very specific purpose.
Yeah.
Right, to be the wicked on the earth until the kingdom of heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And they've done a great job at that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They fulfilled their purpose. You know, Jake is the fucking, 2/3 is the motherfuckers. Just like, man, come on, man. This man could do his job. Why can't y'all just turn to the Lord, man? But, you know, it's written. You know, it's written to be this way for us to, you know, truly see Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's power, man.
Hey, And with that, the Lord's power is being shown with how hard-headed Jake is, man. Because the Lord said, "Hey, this is a stiff-necked and hard-headed people. You know, I don't send you to somebody that's gonna understand, because you know that's too easy. You know, I'm gonna send you to the house of Israel.
Yeah, have fun with these guys.
You know, hey, but Esau is pretty much like like the individuals that set up those carnival games. You know what I'm saying? Making it where it's unfair. You ain't supposed to win. You know, that's how Esau sets up the society for everybody else. You ain't about to win. He ain't about to allow you to win.
Right.
You ain't getting a big teddy bear. You know, you may be able to knock one of these bottles over, but the rest of them is glued down. So if you don't hit the right one, you ain't never go. You may have seen this nigga win because he hit the right one, but the one you aiming for, you know, that gets the big prize. Nah, that shit's glued down, dog. It's nailed down. You ain't about to knock that over. You know.
Gets hit looking at you like, motherfucker.
Right. Right. It may wobble. You're like, damn. So you spend your second ball trying to get it. Nah,
get this.
You know. Continuing in you had something you was about to read?
No.
Okay, continuing in Isaiah the 14th chapter. You had something you was about to read?
No, sir.
Okay. Continuing in Isaiah the 14th chapter, starting at picking up at verse 3. It says, "And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahshua shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve, that thou should take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased."
Yeah, so when we get into the land of Israel, hey, we gonna have jokes about Babylon. You know, we gonna clown this place. We gonna clown Nero Trump.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Biden.
Right.
You know, Obama, George Washington,
Right.
Monroe. All right, we gonna clown all them individuals. Like, man, all that goddamn pride, they was talking all that shit. Man, hey, y'all remember the national security strategy? Trump was talking about the oil and Venezuela was America's. Y'all remember that shit?
Y'all remember how these niggas got trillions of dollars in debt? Y'all
Yeah.
remember that shit? Y'all remember the dollar? You remember the type
Remember
shit?
them sad ass niggas with the powder wigs with lice?
Oh man. Yeah, that's crazy work, right?
Nasty
These niggas sitting
motherfuckers.
with makeup on and powdered wigs.
And never shower.
Yeah. Y'all remember that nasty shit?
We had to be under this.
Y'all remember the rats? You know what I'm saying?
The tiny
Y'all
toppers.
remember when they was coming about that sewer?
Y'all remember when they was
in
coming
New
out?
York? Y'all remember that?
They was mad as hell. Y'all remember that? They was pissed off.
And we have to have a special hat. There's a magnifying glass
Oh,
right
shit.
here where the tiny top used
Oh,
to be, and it's
shit.
just burning, just keep
Damn.
burning their ass as they out there in the field.
Yeah, man.
To where the brains exposed.
Them niggas gonna get it worse. That shit transparent.
Yeah.
That shit transparent.
through the hole, just beating. You see the brain just beating.
It's just getting sizzled.
Yeah.
It's just getting sizzled, microwaved and shit.
Yeah.
Y'all remember the microwave?
Watch this.
It says, the Lord have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
Yeah. So the Lord is coming back to do away with all wickedness. All wicked rulership is going to be a thing of the past when Yahweh Shah returns, man.
That's right.
Which is why we desperately need a savior. We need to be delivered up out of Babylon the Great, so we need America destroyed. All right, Babylon the Great in the scriptures. We need it to be destroyed so we as Israelites can receive peace, have peace, eat real food. We don't even know what it is to eat real food, drink natural water,
Right.
breathe clean air. Bro,
Man.
you know what I'm saying? To experience life.
It's gonna blow our mind when we actually get a real banana.
Yeah.
We're gonna be like, yo, this is what we was missing the whole
This
time.
shit got seeds. This shit got seeds.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The joint's probably good as hell. Like, why the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Esau, we don't know what a real green bean is, don't know what corn is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What a potato's supposed to be.
Yeah, real bread.
Yeah, real bread. Real bread. You know what I'm saying? Like what we used to have in the ancient day, like real bread, man.
We surviving on chemicals.
Right.
You know?
It's bleached.
Poison.
Bleached this.
Eating poison and live.
High fructose fucking corn syrup. You know what I'm saying? Dyes and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know. The real food that's really gonna flow through your body, like
That's gonna nourish
properly.
your body.
You know what I'm saying? But like where you ain't You ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Indigestion, no.
You ain't got to, yeah, man. To where it's like, yo, you gonna take a bowel movement and you gotta hold on. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna have to do any of that in the kingdom, man.
You gotta lean and
shit. Lean, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta slip, do you slip and shit.
You gotta stretch and take a breather while you're on the toilet.
You gotta pull a counter, you know.
Hitting them jumping jacks where you get in there and pack
jumping jacks.
You gotta carry.
You gotta get ready, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, it's gonna be a wild one, you know? Gotta warn somebody because they going in the bathroom after you, like, hey.
Man, that fake food, man, don't trip.
It says he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
Look at the actions of America. What Trump is doing. You know, all the colonialism, the hell that colonialism brought to the Western Hemisphere. It's still here, man.
Yeah.
You know, Donald Trump is showing you that wrath, all right, that continual stroke. Read that in NLT if you can. Yeah, that pretty much the standard of Edomite supremacy. All right, how they got that Edomite, how Esau got his supremacy was through the sword, man.
Yep.
All right, instead of hopping on a boat, sailing across the ocean blue in 1492. In using that physical sword to go to war and murder and massacre, now it's a push of a button. We're gonna park this ship off your coast and shoot these missiles over there,
right.
Or we're gonna fly our drones over your country and drop the bombs,
right.
Or B-52 bombers,
right.
Or some shit like that. All right, but that colonial destruction is still present in the earth, man.
Yeah.
By way of Esau, by way of America's actions, not just America, but Edomites in general.
That's right.
You know.
You gonna say something to him?
I'm just seconding what this brother's saying. You know, you got France still got its little bit of footing in Africa, still stealing minerals and resources, but for the most part, they've been booted up out of there.
A lot of African nations is rising up against that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Showing again Esau's downfall.
Right.
He ain't got that strong grip on everything like he used to. It's all slipping. Yeah. He's panicking, so he's about to crash out.
Mm-hmm. Imagine if the European country was like, yo, we in you can't come over America, you can't come over here and colonize anything in Africa. You know what I'm talking about? Like, imagine
who the fuck are you?
Imagine that type of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
America be there the next day.
Right. Hey, this is did you just want verse 6 in the NLT, or you want it?
Yeah, just 6.
Okay. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 6 in the NLT. It says, "You struck the people with endless blows of rage and held the nations in your angry grip."
They said Donald Trump in 1 year bombed 7 countries.
8.
With
Venezuela, Iran, Venezuela,
Nigeria. You said Iran.
Syria.
I think Yemen. Might have been Yemen.
There was either an article I saw or something inside of our chat that got put up that listed all those countries that got bombed.
Yeah, 7 or 8 other countries in 1 year. This dude bombed that many countries, showing you. You know, it's and mind you, each presidential cabinet that gets empowered, they all do the same shit. It might not be necessarily advertised or publicized as what Trump has done within the last year, but under Obama they was bombing shit. Under Biden they was bombing shit.
Yeah.
Under Bush they damn sure bombed some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so it's nothing new. That continual wrath that Esau has is made manifest in the earth by way of their actions, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
You struck the people with endless blows of rage and held the nations in your angry grip with unrelenting tyranny.
Yeah, unrelenting tyranny.
That's a cold scripture right there. I'm gonna make a note real quick that I come across this with that NLT. NLT. Okay, getting back into the KJV, this is verse 7. It says, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing.
Yeah, so when America is taken out of power, and ultimately, with America being taken out of power, that means all Edomites is going to be taken out of power. Okay, because when you read Ezekiel 38, there's going to be or 39, excuse me, there's going to be a place in Israel that's going to be designated for burying dead Russians.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
So there's going the Valley of Hamongog, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So when America is taken out of power, you ain't gonna have a split second or a little time for the Russians to rule. No, America's gonna be destroyed. Because all the armies is gonna be mustered and gathered in Saudi Arabia, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, to fight it out. All right, and then direct their attention, as the scriptures say in the Apocrypha, to Yahushua and the angels when they come back.
Right.
And the result of that is them back to the ether.
Right.
Because at one with the elements. Okay? Yeah. So the whole earth is going to rejoice when the Edomite is no longer dictating or trying to boss everybody around and tell everybody what to do. All right? It's going to be a new sheriff in town.
Right.
Hey, that's only right, because no man was there to buy us back. Nobody was there to redeem us.
Mm-hmm.
And he got to go through double what we went through. So no man hindereth. Ain't nobody gonna be there for your ass, man.
Yeah.
You fucked up, dog.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to sit there and really deal with that.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord gonna make you. Yeah, the Lord gonna torment your ass with them thoughts. Like, man, I had all this power. I could have just did the right thing. Yeah, but you fucked up.
But you fucked up.
That's why in Psalm it says talking about the judges of the earth. Be wise, you judges of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Esau is a fool, man.
Yeah, the Lord gonna require whatever you putting out.
Mm-hmm.
Just real quick, those countries were Venezuela, Nigeria, Iran, Iraq, Somalia, Syria, Yemen,
Yeah, I think it's right.
and I said Somalia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And the Caribbean, they've been bombing around the Caribbean, but that's basically Venezuela. So yeah, 7 countries.
You got it, bro.
It says, yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the children of Lebanon.
Cedars.
Oh, I'm sorry. And the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us.
Yeah, so these other nations, man. You know, the other nations ain't. A feller is a hewer of a wood, someone who chops down trees.
Yep.
All right, so the actual trees themselves is going to rejoice. All right, because trees are vital to the ecosystem. As they say, Brazil is the world's lungs, the
filter,
Amazon.
The filter of the earth or something like that?
Yeah, it's the they call it the lungs of the Amazon is like the lungs of the world. Like 30-something% of the world's oxygen is produced by the Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere along those lines.
Lungs of the planet.
Yeah, there we go.
Lungs of the earth.
Yeah. So.
Lungs of the earth is what they call it.
Yeah, the lungs of the earth. But what do you have Esau doing? Going around chopping everything down? All right. You know, and even in the scriptures it tells you when you go to war, there's certain trees you chop down and certain trees you leave alone.
Right.
All right. Now Esau don't uphold that. He'll chop down. Matter of fact, like a good 7 years ago, 5 years ago, somewhere around there, they had in the news it was a big thing in the news. Esau was trying to pretty much cut down some of the rainforest to make a resort. Out in Brazil.
Yeah.
You have people protesting that and whatnot, and that just got swept under the rug. So who knows what happened with that? But that's Esau for you.
Right.
All right. They'll go and actually chop down trees, and on top of that, actually oppress a man in his heritage, as the scriptures say. Go just fucking with the other nations, man. So since thou art laid down, no fellow has come up against us. So when Babylon gets taken down, you're not gonna have Esau just roaming about, going to different countries and continents trying to strip them of their mineral resources.
Right. That's when his time is past. He ain't gonna be roaming, seeking whom he can devour. He's got that ability to do that right now. But when his ass is taken down and under lock and key, he ain't gonna be able to do that. But and a feller, the modern term for a feller is a logger.
Yeah, there we go.
Someone who just goes, they chop down trees. You got a big business for loggers out here in Washington State because we have a big, not necessarily a population, but we got a large amount of trees out here. So that's a pretty big profession out here, is to be a logger. This is this verse 9. It says, "Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up from their thrones." Okay, yeah, I read that right. "It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations."
Yeah, read that in the NLT.
In the NLT, pull it up real quick.
Yeah, all these smaller nations, man, starting to puff up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and the destination, all right, for Babylon is hell, all right, being nuclear fire.
That's right.
Okay, so go ahead.
It says, "In the place of it's Isaiah 14:9 in the NLT. In the place of the dead, there is excitement over your arrival."
Yes, figuratively speaking. Figuratively speaking,
Meaning
meaning
to come.
all the death that America has presented to the world.
Yeah.
Well, the irony is that's going to be the state of this whole country. Okay, and then the all the think about all the presidents and leaders over the course of America's history that America is directly responsible for putting to death, right?
Yeah.
So the irony is, the place you sent them is where you gonna go.
Right.
Which we know, you go back to the spirit world when you die. All right, all spirits go back to the spirit world, but America's gonna get its recompense, man.
Yeah.
It says, the spirits of world leaders and mighty kings long dead stand up to see you."
Yep. Go ahead. You jump back into the KJV.
Back in the KJV, picking up Isaiah 14:10, it says, "All they shall speak and say unto thee, Art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us?"
Mm-hmm. So just imagine when America's completely on fire. All this pride, all this, like with the U.S. Air Force, nothing flies higher than the U.S. Air Force, all that dumb shit. Where's all that pride gonna be when America is up in flames?
And that's the whole reason why they got this whole the Monroe Doctrine and all of that, is to try to suppress other nations from being able to take that route that America took to be able to get great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't want Esau doesn't want you to be on an even playing field with them, man.
Nope.
They want the advantage. They want a heavy-handed advantage, man. All right? They don't want you to be in equal terms. Esau wants to be on some Jake Paul versus Javante Davis type of deal. He wants a big size advantage, and he wants a power advantage.
They want to weight drain you.
Yeah.
Throw in a rehydration clause.
Right.
You know.
They don't want to see you on equal terms. They want to be amped up on that Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, on that
with the size advantage over you, with the weight advantage over you, with the reach advantage over you.
Yeah, the PEDs, they want to be on PEDs.
Amped on PEDs, like open PEDs, straight up steroid use, and on cocaine.
Hit that shit before he hit the ring type shit.
Right. But you gotta follow the rules though. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta be the smaller guy. You gotta be the, you know what I'm saying, the lighter guy. Okay. You gotta have feather hands. You can't have no good jab. All right, because he ain't gonna see you like that. You know, because then he's gonna put you in the ring and he's gonna pull out a gun.
Yeah.
That's how Esau gets down.
Mm-hmm.
Big bitch. You know.
And that's why they be checking for weapons at the beginning of the fight. Checking their waistband, checking their gloves, make sure you ain't got none.
It says, "Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials."
Esau's pride is going to be brought down to the grave, and that pomp, that stout arrogance. You know. Go ahead.
It says, "The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee."
Yeah, decay, corruption. All right.
Esau can't stay out of mess. He can't stay out of corruption, even if his life depended on it, man. Because he's a corrupt individual. He's looking out. Think about Trump. Trump's looking out and putting in policies that's helping all these so-called billionaires and trillionaires and whatnot, man. You know, which for you to amass that type of money in this world means that you had to do something extremely wicked. You had to do something that defrauded or that stole from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? There's no legitimate means of you being able to make that money without you doing something underhanded towards somebody else, man. You know? And that's who he'll protect. That's who he'll pardon. You know, that's who he'll put legislation in in favor of, versus that common person, that hard working individual that does wake up at ungodly hours to go and make a couple of dollars, you know, on the plantation.
And that right there lets you know that this is Satan's kingdom. You know, the fact that wickedness is applauded and condoned.
Yeah.
You know, if you got money, if you got enough money, you can get away with murder, literally.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that corruption, when Esau, you know, Babylon, figuratively speaking, of Babylon being destroyed, right? This when you die, that's why Yahweh Shai talked about not leaving his body in hell, that it don't see corruption via, I believe that was King David, that is a prophecy. But when you die, your body goes back to the earth, and it's pretty much, it gets corrupted because of decay. It decays. So Esau, his kingdom is going to be, that's going to be the result of Babylon the Great after its destruction. Is like that's corruption took hold of that shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's a desert. Go look at that shit. It's a desert.
Yeah.
You know.
You see it now with the infrastructure.
Yeah.
It's just crumbling from the inside out.
Right. Right. You're seeing all kinds of things going wrong, man. You know, bridges falling, roads getting wiped away from flooding,
Floods, yeah.
or mudslides and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This is Psalm 16 and 10. Let me see. This is Psalm 16 and 8. It says, "I have set Yahweh always before me, because he is at my right hand. I shall not be moved. Therefore my heart is glad, and my glory rejoices. My flesh also shall rest in hope. For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption." And this is what Yahweh Shai had in mind with him being crucified. He knew that, you know, the Heavenly Father Yahweh was gonna resurrect him. Okay, that was prophecy. Okay, verse 11 it says, "Thou wilt show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures evermore." Okay, so Yahweh Shai being obedient to the death of the cross in his life, his actions in his life, pleasing Yahweh. Yahweh Shai was not subject to corruption. He conquered death. Okay, and through Yahweh Shai's blood, the elect is going to conquer death as well.
That's right.
Okay.
Real quick, this is Psalms chapter 125, verse 3. It says, "For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands into iniquity."
Mm-hmm.
All right. One more time. "For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous shall put forth their hand into iniquity."
Yeah, we ain't gonna be in this state forever. Okay.
Esau is all over
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
man.
Hit a rod. You got your scepter. Esau's wicked ass scepter, just continuously just hitting Jake over the head in captivity. Until you fucking 80 years old and you die, and now your kids gotta go. Don't retire until they fucking 79, and then they die, and then the next generation. No,
your
man.
ass come back as a baby to go through this shit all the fuck over again.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nah, man.
Yeah, man.
This place is unsustainable as it is.
Yeah.
All right, it's falling apart as it is.
Yep.
So Esau's not his time. He's got a certain time frame, and we're at the end of his time frame, man. And another Edomite nation ain't about to rise up. When Daniel saw that vision of Nebuchadnezzar's statue, when that stone came and hit the feet, it broke apart all of that, man. Yeah. It wasn't like there was another body part that was there to rise up for a short amount of
the bunion.
Right. The bunion stayed
coming to power.
What about me?
You
know what I'm saying? Right.
The pinky toe with the nail.
Right. The nail with the
black
pinky toe,
right.
nail. Right. It clawed its way. Nah, man. That whole shit got broken up. So when Yahweh Shai comes, it's a wrap.
That thick ass toenail, pinky toenail is thicker than all the rest of the toenails and shit.
Because, hey, you think about it. For another nation to rise up in the stead, that nation would have to be even worse than Babylon.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, man.
It would have to be even worse than Babylon. No, the Lord set this place up to be the worst place.
Hey, shit, fucking the Moabites, man. They think they about to, be in their necks.
Hey, it's gonna be funny how quick Moab is about to change their tune, man. Underneath Israel, they're gonna change that shit quick.
We always look at the Israelites. We always love the black man.
Remember the Shang Dynasty? We want black too.
We want black too. Go home, a black man.
You go. We don't bother you. We don't bother you.
Right. We don't serve you a raccoon.
Only chicken.
Always chicken.
Always the chicken.
Hey, real quick, this is 2nd Ezra 15, in verse 46. It says, "And thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her persons. Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom."
You see that?
Right?
Yeah.
The Moabite, they love when they daughters marry a damn Edomite.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that demonic ass spirit is spilling over to the Israelites. I seen some TikTok or a YouTube short, one or two, popped up on the phone, and it was this Edomite showing he married a Issacharite, and it was showing him. She made him a big ass plate of some fire ass Mexican food. That shit looked good, but he all just basking in, the fact that he's got a Mexican family, and this is how he's eating, compared to what a Edomite married to an Edomite woman would be eating some
casserole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know. So that shit just had me mad, man. That shit had me mad. But
Saltless casserole too.
Yeah.
I only know firsthand.
with the raisins.
With the raisins.
Continuing verse 47. Second
Hey, it said that Asia was a partaker of the hope of Babylon, man. You know, the hope of Babylon. Babylon's hope is to be rulers over the world with everybody
to be great again.
with everybody in subjection and slavery underneath them, man. Everybody that's not a Babylonian to be in slavery and subjection. So that's the same thing that China's hoping for, man.
What does it say? Does it say something about the glory too?
Yeah, it says, and art the glory of her person.
Yeah, think about that, man. They are
They sit in everything here.
building up. You know what I'm saying? They're a big reason why America, was able to do what they were able to do because of cheap labor.
Yeah.
Sending that Nike shop over there to China did them justice. Sending Chrysler and Chevy and
Right.
all these car companies, manufacturing companies over there.
Yeah.
It really built up America. But now they forgot it also built up China.
But along with that, all the shit that the Chinese make and they sell here,
Yeah.
which that contributed, like you're saying, to them becoming what they are.
Right. And give them
Being
that
that
hope.
we got a cash cow. This shit is cheap. This shit is gonna break, but them dumbass Americans is gonna buy it. They gonna buy 5 at a time.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep spending their money on it. When it breaks, they're gonna buy another one.
Yep.
The same one.
Straight to the store.
The same one. It broke on your ass already. You gonna go back and get that exact same one.
I like this one.
Cause realistically, even if you get the competitor one, guess what? That joint got a made in China stamp on it too. You know what I'm saying?
Verse 47 it says, 2nd Ezra 15:47 it says, "Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her,
Yep.
and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee."
So China followed the exact same path that America did with, what I'm saying, being a straight up whore. Getting involved with all these different nations, man. Because China, I'm gonna grab that. China got, they got relations with all these different nations that's under the sun too, man. They down there in Africa.
Yeah.
They over in South America.
Venezuela.
Right. They all over the world. They just spread themselves all over the world in this humanitarian. We're gonna build up your infrastructure, all of this, so our companies can reap of your resources.
Yeah.
Just say they didn't took that exact same path that America did, man.
Yeah, Moab pull up to your country in a suit. You know what I'm saying? After he done ate some squid ramen, breath smelling crazy. How was it? You know what I'm saying?
Them niggas eat squid on a stick.
Yeah.
Fried squid on a
skewers.
Stick. Yeah.
Oh, they eat eel.
And they'll smack that. They'll like it's nothing.
Sucking up an eel like it's a noodle and shit.
Yeah, bro. So could you imagine going into captivity under Moab? If this place was if there was another kingdom that was going to come into power after Esau gets taken down, that's going to be the way Esau pushed pork is how they will push fucking abominable ass seafood, man.
Damn.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
So like, you say something? All right, let me finish this. Verse 48 it says, "Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions."
Hey, it says you followed her that is hated.
All her
Because the
works.
country that's hated is America, Babylon the Great. It said that Asia, specifically China, then followed her in all her works, man.
Yeah, they want to be They want to be Asians. Want to be white. Want to be not whites like it. They want to be Edomites bad.
Yeah.
They want to be Edomites so bad.
We Edomites. We eat the mites. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is that racist? That was probably racist, right?
Yeah.
It says in verse 49.
You remember doing that shit as a kid?
Yeah.
Like you pull your eyes, try to
Put some tape on
it.
it.
Yeah, act like you a Chinaman.
It says,
we didn't do that shit.
Yeah, talk about some ding dong dong.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Damn.
Why you trying type shit.
Yeah.
verse 49, it says, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence to waste.
Widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, man.
Because that million-man army you got, they going majority of them going right to Saudi Arabia.
They dust and smell of smoke.
Yep.
Right to Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
Go ahead.
There's this one rapper, right? He said, just talking about some ops, right? He said, nigga say they want to smoke, and then he says, why they want to be ash?
Damn.
You know, he said it like with a little, you know how they, he projected it as far as like how you would rap it.
Mm-hmm.
But that shit was funny. Like, hey man, that's what's gonna happen to these armies, man.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna be ash. It says, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. All right, and the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower, when the heat shall arise that is sent over thee.
Damn.
Because certain parts of Asia, all right, China in particular, Japan, is going to be nuked. Talking about Japan, right? You got Japan, as far as certain nations, you got Germany that's trying to pretty much muster up troops and get back onto, you know, some war shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that got France and these other European nations kind of like, oh hell, like cause of what Hitler was doing.
Yeah.
So they like trying to pretty much stall them from doing that. And then also you got Japan snapping into the fucking getting with the shit. And that got China like, oh shit, because they remember what Japan was doing to them, you know, back in the early 1900s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have various countries in Asia, Japan and China as well, in particular, should I say, that's going, certain parts is going to feel that fire as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because once again it says, and the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower, when the heat shall arise that is sent over thee.
Yeah.
Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes.
And the Lord's letting it be known that Asia's not about to be no powerhouse, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when it's all said and done, they about to be stripped of everything that they can think that makes them great. You know what I'm saying? That in comparison to Babylon the Great, they gonna be stripped of all of that too, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they ain't gonna have no military that's gonna be able to rise up against after Babylon is destroyed. They rise up to take over. They ain't gonna have that, man. The Lord's about to cast all that away. You know.
Yep.
Well, shoot, man, the Chariot's gonna be finishing off anybody who want to still get busy.
Anybody who wants
After
to.
World War III, shit.
Why you wanna be Ash? Hey, well, why is Earth and Ashes proud? Right.
Right.
Earth and ashes.
Go ahead, brother.
It says, and as one chastened, let me read that again. Verse 51, it says, thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes.
Damn.
So
A poor woman that
a
gets
poor old
whipped.
Asian woman, she can't even get to 40 save one.
Right.
She can't even she can't even get to 10 lashes. She's so old and frail.
Made me think of an old lady that got over there
In Africa or Haiti or something.
Yeah, wherever that was.
Yeah,
Ooh,
she got hit with that rock. Bow! She was out of there.
It burned her on a tire.
Burned her
Yep.
ass. Yeah, man.
Yep. And as one chastened with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee.
Damn.
Yeah,
You're gonna get so fucked up that ain't nobody gonna be able to get you, man.
You're gonna be looking like Martin in that one when he was boxing. Who's that? I forget who it was.
Oh.
He got lumped up.
Had him looking crazy.
Yeah.
That's too funny. Hey, let me hit this from the comment board, man. The beloved brother Kananya, he put up Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7 through verse 9. All right, it says, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Yeah, hey, these nations ain't as they say in New York, they ain't jacking that.
Mm.
You know, they ain't fucking with America like that. All right, these nations, they're like, man, who's next?
Right.
Which okay, what you put on Twitter something about America, and now you got to risk the Delta Force coming in. You know,
Right. Just
the presidential palace.
Right. You didn't say something about America. Next thing you know what I'm saying? They're shuffling outside your door in the middle of the night.
Shit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These niggas coming in with
Your whole security took out.
Right, yo, they gone, they done. You know what I'm saying?
Your dog dead.
You wondering what's all this smoke from the flashbangs and shit you hearing and whatnot. And these niggas pop in with these damn night goggles.
Yeah.
And flashlights and shit pulling you out your bed.
Yeah.
You know.
Lasers pointed at you and all kind of shit.
You thought your security was good. Your alarm didn't even go off.
Yeah. Man.
These niggas done came in and took you. You know what I'm saying?
They said how they got up in there. They did they used some type of electronic device or something like that cut power.
Oh, like an EMP.
Yeah, something along the lines of that to where it cut power. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
hey, the devil, that's the devil, man.
Esau's ass will come in on you like that, man. You know, he that's a real thief in the night.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's a real thief in the night, man. Come in while you in that REM sleep. This nigga next thing you know, you getting snatched out your bed, man. And your tidy whities. You know?
Dang.
It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If she may be healed, we would have healed Babylon.
If so, she may be healed.
If so, she may be healed.
Yeah, there's no ointment that's gonna make America great again. All right, that's gonna get it out of the $39 trillion debt it's in. Which, you know, Apostle Tahar's been saying it's even more than that. It's like 240 or something like that.
Right.
$1 trillion worth of debt. That's $1 trillion is crazy. $1 billion of debt is crazy.
Right.
$1 million of debt is crazy.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Right.
So there's no amount of tariffs that Donald Trump can slap on the whole entire planet. That asshole had the nerve to say that the tariffs, pretty much what he did to Venezuela was a result of the tariffs working. Like, what planet is you living on? Like, what planet is you? Come on, man.
Come on, dog.
Crazy.
What the fuck that even got to do with that?
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Yeah, how does those two even correlate together?
Yeah. Where's the connection?
Even remotely.
Yeah.
We don't import or export things to, you know what I'm saying? Venezuela, what Venezuelan product do you know?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's like that terrorists can take apart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Shit, I mean, you know, like we said, you know, it's about that jockeying for territory, because same thing he was saying about Greenland is China has too many boats there, Russia has too many boats there.
Yeah.
He said we're gonna get it one way or another.
Crazy.
He's
That dude is loco, man. But that is beautiful.
Right.
It's beautiful because the Lord said He's gonna set up somebody like that, man. You know, we read that starting off.
Yeah.
The Lord told us that He was going to set somebody up like that.
Yeah.
So with us seeing that, yeah, the Lord indeed did that, man. We praise Yahweh Shem Shai for that, man.
That's right.
All right, because we know that the Lord's true. So look, if the Lord made good on this promise, He's gonna make good on the promise of actually delivering us, giving us back our homeland. You know, empowering us.
Yeah.
you know, and ultimately giving us that expected end, that peace. You know, we can expect if he made good on this promise, we know that he's gonna make good on his other promises as well, man. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Esau being in power proves that.
Right.
You know.
Right.
That's a fulfillment of his promise.
And that shows the fairness of the Lord in the first place, man. You know that Esau, even though he he's hated of the Lord still, you know what I'm saying, gave him a good, you know, he still gave him an opportunity to show you. I'm gonna give you a little bit. Look, you gonna get your turn, you know.
Because it came down to those two top nations, you know, in her womb, you know, Jacob and Esau. So Esau got his temporal paradise, and Jacob would, you know, Israel would get their eternal paradise.
He was promised that he would get, you're gonna get the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth.
That's right.
So he's getting his time with that, man. It's just it's not permanent. When we get ours, it's gonna be permanent. Give everybody else a time. Since this is yours, you know what I'm saying? This is yours. Let everybody else play with it, because you're going to have it forever to play with.
Right.
So right now, share, you know. Let the other kids play with your birthday gifts. Because after they go home after the party, right, this is a terrible analogy, but after they go home after the party, you get to play with it for, you know what I'm saying, it's yours. So, you know what I'm saying? Let them have a turn on the PlayStation, man.
That's right.
You know?
Finish.
I got one more verse for the.
Yeah.
I got one more verse from Kananya.
What you got? Well?
No, I'm just back here
and then we still.
Well, we're gonna read that, and then we're gonna wrap it up. And later on in the week, we'll pick back up on verse 12.
For the Isaiah 14.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
This is another verse from the brother Kananya out there. This is Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 9. It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, every one, into his own country.
And you see that happening. A lot of these so-called illegals are people who might be here on work visas or whatnot. They getting up out of Dodge, man.
Mm-hmm.
And going back to wherever the hell they came from. You know, you got Christy Nome, which is the head of Homeland Security, something like that. Some of you might check. Some proud ass.
Ice Barbie.
Yeah, she Ice Barbie. There's a commercial where she's like talking about the illegals. This is talking about pretty much deporting them. You know,
She's the Secretary of Homeland Security.
Yeah. But she be talking about. There's some proud ass commercial where she talking about deporting illegals and whatnot. Talking about this runway is your next destination because you're gonna be deported, and it's like, man, it's proud ass, you know. But hey, for those people getting deported, that's you should be happy. All right, knowing the result of America.
Yeah.
You know, but they don't know that. But,
If they only knew though.
Mm-hmm.
How much they're escaping nuclear destruction.
Yeah. And then those that do get deported, as they, you know, see the deterioration of America and the state of affairs here in America and how the nations is all looking at America, they're gonna be like, man, I'm happy. They'd much rather be, you know, struggling amongst their own people than on the hamster wheel here in America, running as fast as you can, but ain't getting nothing or going nowhere, nothing to show for it.
Right.
You know. Meanwhile, your family got land out where in Mexico or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Got crops. You know, eating actual food.
Real food.
You know,
Right.
so.
Right.
Yeah. Was that it on that?
I was trying to look into this bitch's
So she was a small hat.
yeah, see what her fucking, because it says on there nationality American. Yeah, that's not a fucking, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't fly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But hey, it's a good point that people can be, if people can be considered American, regardless of what they actually are. Well, then it makes sense that in the scriptures you can be considered a Roman, regardless of what you actually are, or being the Italian band or something like that. And your true actual nationality goes back to being an Israelite. Okay.
That's a good point. Great point.
But yeah, no, it's not telling me. It's not telling me if it's just falling out or not. But finishing off this Jeremiah 51:9, it says, "We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go, every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto the heavens, and is lifted up even to the skies."
Yeah. So the judgment of this place reaching onto the skies. Eventually, the Most High is gonna get tired of everything that encompasses Babylon, man. You know, everything America stands for, everything is projecting in the earth, and the Lord gonna get tired of it, and it's gonna get down to that final grain of sand in that hourglass, and that's when the Most High is gonna allow the nukes to go off. You know, and totally do away with this place. Okay. And we in real time we seeing the movie approach the best part of the movie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Via prophecy, we seeing, oh, this is the little part they showed you in the previews.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And which we are excited about. You know?
So that's how that came together, right?
Yeah, it says that the most I could find on her outside of being American nationality is Norwegian. But I'll do some more research, just like I found out that bitch from motherfucking Machado. Her line goes back to
Spanish,
the Portuguese.
Oh yeah, Portuguese.
Shit, you know, like when you brought up that, you know, selling the Ocean Blue in 1492.
Yeah.
You know, them Portuguese was just in 1492 getting kicked out of motherfucking. The small house was getting kicked out.
Yeah.
Rats.
And they needed a place where they could have religious freedom.
Yeah, a lot of them candidates right to South America.
That's right.
You know?
Which that whole religious freedoms, all that's malarkey that came, you know, years later to be the excuse. But when they first came over, they wasn't coming over on some, oh, we're here for religious freedoms, you know. That's some shit they put in the history book, you know.
Right. To make themselves look.
Make themselves look, you know, less guilty. Isaiah 14, I think we was at verse 12.
Oh, we're gonna hold off on that. Okay. We're gonna pick back up on verse 12.
So we'll pick back up on
Thursday,
12. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna do we'll Abarazazai get through verse 12 and the rest of the chapter here in a couple of days, part 2.
Yeah.
But Abarazazai once again, Abarazazai, this was edifying. Once again, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutations to you, sincere, hopefully elect Akim. Till next time, we say Shalom.
Shalom. Rats.